hope that it works properly, because I'd hate for it to not. So, alright, I obviously have to scroll down and be like, because it just doesn't save. Oh, no, here it is. Wrong one. I want W. So used to. Okay, so I'm gonna grab. Now, is this gonna give me. Yeah. It's close enough, it's good enough. Why can't I hear anything? I wasn't talking. Okay, wait. That's. Dear God, this bitrate is atrocious. Simply the worst. Yeah, I know YouTube's cracking the shits. Why is it so bad today? Is it like this all the time? I'm never really paying enough attention to know if it does this all the time. I mean, dear God, it's actually really bad. That's probably because, though, that might change. You know, we'll lower it down to 40. That's how... That should potentially fix it. So I'm just a... No, it's just as bad still. My God. There's not a lot I can seem to do about that. What if we turn the lights off? I gotta find out. Okay. Maybe. Expect this to run like a motherfucker. Okay. Does it still obliterate the bit rate? It does. I don't know why it's... It must just be my internet. Okay. Let's try a lower bit rate. That should make it better. Possibly. Okay, let's... This should work fine. Hopefully. Maybe. I manually lowered the bit rate, so... Seems to be like all of the... Let's just do a new game. Oh, it's not even picking up on it now. Oh no, there we go. It took its time. Okay, this looks smoother. Looks more consistent. I can't complain. No, I haven't really messed around with the customization. But I don't think that changes anything, so... Oh, no, the bitrate's still atrocious. But now it's a bit more isolated. No, it really is just my internet. And also Twitch. Looking at things, it seems to be Twitch is the real problem. Gameplay, vibration, look sensitivity, controller hardware. Neither, because we're ballers like that. The map buttons, they still have all this stuff mysteriously hidden. What are we doing here? Nothing. I don't know how the currency thing's gonna work. That's got me a little bit confused. We live in darkness. I know I messed around with this like ages ago. But I'm still... Walking seems to be the only solution. You can get back up on the bed and you can get up onto like the shelf and everything, but it's... It's terrible. You wouldn't want it. And then you do this. And with that, you could probably land on this bed. Not that you could do much with it. A whim away. New solver? Never. I'm looking. A whim away. I do wonder. I should be able to slide this in this gap here. Oh, that's cheating. This key is... There's no other grey locks in the game, so the key is kind of useless. See, if we had crouch and jump, we could leave without opening this door. I still find this to be a little bit weird. Like, it's weird what circumstances it has to be under for it to, like, actually register. Okay, well, that's consistent. So whacking it doesn't do anything, but flicking it from below will work. What if I throw it? No? If I throw it from this angle? No? Is there no angle I can throw this where it will activate the light? You understand that this is crucial. Interesting. I don't think there's any useful buttons that we could hit, even if we could throw this and activate. Oh, wait. No, throwing that doesn't work. Oh, it does. As long as it hits the tip. Gotta be the tip, it can't be the sides. Well, let's get the key back. Obviously, you can slide it using this to flip through the wall. That's something that Sophia showed. See, it requires a lot of force. If you just come up, it's very easy. So if you're like back here, keep that in mind. I think that there's potential with that. So talking to you just turns off what you were going to say. And I don't like that guy anyways. Yeah, I know. That's why I try not to do walkthroughs. Because this is in fact a puzzle game. Nothing. You sure, Chief? You sure there's nothing? Nothing. Maybe I should have stuck with the turned off lighting. Goodbye. How do you get down here? What? Okay. He was a bit expedient. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, gotta redo those. 100%. You really gotta make sure they can't reuse the same one twice, because it sounds criminal. Hurts my soul. It seems manually reducing the bitrate has certainly assisted, which is good. That's what I want to see. I want to solve these problems. Shibbity-doo. Diggity-doo. 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 Snip-snop, snippity-bop. What are you? And ka-ching. Well, I think it's interesting. Because it means at some point during the events of, like after the events of Crash and before the events of Now, he got the Force Cube back. Oh wow. What's a bitrate? No idea what that is. Sounds made up. Damn. Is it really this bad all the time, or is it just today? It might just be the weather. I don't think this bitrate was a problem. You're annoying me. But it's not your fault. Warning. Yeah, that bitrate actually seems like perfectly healthy. I don't even know why you're asking me about it. There we go. We respawn. And then, oh, would you look at... That is very irritating. I do not know why the card just clips through. I'm holding it. No, I wasn't. Once again, officers, you guys completely misunderstand. It's called completing a puzzle that you're not supposed to complete yet. Well, no, completing the puzzle without triggering the complete. Ow. Ow, ow, where'd the egg go? Here we go. Give me the money. And now that cloud is, I think, forever unsolvable. Oh no. It does make you wonder. woody at all. Couldn't be. Everyone's so happy. It's possible to get crouch first, but that sounds terrible. And you can very... Oh, that was a bad spot for me to put that. Hey, Lewis. Well, we'll see. Oh, damn. This is so much easier than using the regular eggs. I am invested. I don't know what you're clapping for. I want to go here. No, no, no. This egg's not supposed to go up here, but you can just walk it up. It's really weird, but I'm not going to complain if it lets me do it. Okay. Oh, need to get a little lower. There we go. Wow. Not particularly, but... So the biggest problem you run into getting this egg any earlier without crouch or jump is you got no way of, like, if you don't have crouch, you can't push this. You need the blowgun to push this, or you need to push this. As far as I'm aware, no other object causes it to push, and I've tried a lot of other objects. So you can't push this through. But even if you could, you can't really get on top. And even if you could do that, there's still this gap here that you'd have to cross. So you'd need to get something up there to cross that gap, to go do that, to grab that egg earlier than you're supposed to. I know what you're saying, but stop. So it's something I've thought about. Because it'd be cool if you could get the blower first. That'd be awesome, but I just don't think that's... Oh. Oh, okay. That's how it's gonna be. I see. See, I don't know what determines when the dress changes. That's certainly gonna be something. I remember, what did I do? I think I brought this over to here. And if you have regular jump, I think you can get over it. But... Pretty much. Funny enough, the game is designed with having the appropriate tools in mind, so does not appreciate when you don't do things the way it wants you to. Oh, the egg's a bit crammed. That's a bit psychotic, buddy. What are you doing? Interesting. So if you wanted to try and not solve that puzzle, you'd have to... Ooh, that would work. I can't get that egg back out, but... Grab these. Do this. Oh. If you do that, you'd solve that puzzle. That kind of sucks, but... Sacrifices have to be made. Yeah, well, I think half. I don't know. There's some things that they are try to make sure because of me. I'm pretty sure the hat shop making sure the items are like pretty limited to just one per thing is a specific decision to avoid my nonsense of grabbing an infinite amount of an item and then taking it across and making a giant chain of items. Oh. Come on, egg. Be nice to me. I'm just a bit awkward here. So I'm trying to not hit the save. Because this save while it's up doesn't count. Well, I don't know. Took a lot of my, you know, a lot of soul. Took much of my soul, so I don't know if it was worth it. It's not even really what I'm interested in doing. I think. So with strength, we need to get the blower gun to get strength. That doesn't matter. Can't get in there. You jump to get across to there. Yeah, I'd have to... Okay, well, I see the vision. I don't think it'd be much use to me. Oh no. Does give me a thought. No, we want this. I want to see something in particular. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, I think this should work. Upsy daisy. Nope, missed. So I'm gonna land on that button. I just had an epiphany. Just had a thought. Okay, is that high? No, it's on the button. I don't need to be on the button. I need to be slightly higher than the button because of a very unique property that for some reason buttons do in this game. No. Oh. That's what we want. That's not what we want. There we go. Normally you need at least jump. But if you surf, you can grab this ball. No, hey, no. Bugger off. My ball. Okay, so this does nothing. Okay, that checks out. That's what I want to see. And can we get this sooner rather than later? I don't know if that was any close. Not even close. I'm way too short for that. Yes. So I'm just thinking... I don't know. I don't have a set goal. Per se. I am curious to see what would happen if you got jump height ×2 without jump. But I don't know about the feasibility of achieving that. That's probably... I assume that's me. But it's possible that's your end. I'm not too familiar with such things. So we can get up there with jump. We can probably get in this corner. Then it becomes a little awkward. So you have to put this here. No, that's not a good corner. It's a terrible corner. And that's also not a terrible idea. Let me just put this here. Let me just go check this out. Also, if you don't put the egg, if you don't send the egg out through here when you grab 2x speed, the cloud stays there. It doesn't go away. So that's kind of funny. So that does not help anyone though. Because even if... you'd have to get over the lip. But you're get out of my way. This spot might work. Pachank. Okay. Alright, it's just out of... oh no. Still in reach, thank God. I don't see much use to these little experiments that I'm doing, but... you know, it's just a... I wonder what would happen. And I didn't want to put this up here. I didn't want to do that twice. Okay. Edge. No. Okay. Need to get a better one. There we go. That should have straightened her out. Only a little bit. Gotta thread the needle. It's a bit tight, but definitely doable. That way, that way. Okay, whatever. Oh, and it rolled, and therefore unstable. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about the realism of jumpless. Is it possible? And I'm thinking maybe, but it would be very awkward to try and do. Because you basically have to surf to any place that you want to, like, drop from. So if you want to gain height, you need to do a bit of surfing. Yeah, I don't know. It gets caught on, like, all the million different pieces of collision here, so I don't know about the practicality of that. But it was the thought that counts. Could probably do it here though. Then I'd be able to get up onto this, into this area. I could get up higher and probably knock the key off. And if I can knock the key off, then possibly, yeah, that's not really a good pun. I might be able to get the pink key and then open that door. Which I think would be rather interesting. Awful. There we go. Well, I'm just stupid. Is that high enough? Yeah, it's high enough. Okay, could we just... well, no, that was an atrocious start. Terrible. One of the worst. Can't believe I'd ever come up with such a thing. Well, since we're here, we might as well. I mean, yoink. Grab the coins. If I go up there... oh, the angle's a little awkward. Does that do anything special? No. You have to go back in here. Yeah, if I could get the blue key, that would probably be the easiest pathway. Please, straighten up. There we go. I just don't know as to the practicality of such a thing. Maybe go from that way over that way. That might work a little bit better. It certainly isn't any elevation increase when you're trying to egg surf is not always so great. We use the foil wall. Yeah, I'm not getting that up. That can just stay there. What am I thinking? We can get to here. Move this a little bit. Okay, that's not... does not like that. Short enough that I can walk over. Not even close. No chance. No chance. Can it decide which way it wants the card to go? That'd be nice. If I throw this, absolutely nothing. That's fair enough. And I just fell out like a clown. Okay. Okay, doing dreadfully boring stuff is my specialty. It's what I'm good for. Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. The fact that that is just so out of reach. What? Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You remember more of that song than I do, evidently. Nothing. Maybe I can just throw it. That's a bit too sharp. Possibly. This might only be doable with 2 times speed though, because obviously your speed applies to the objects that you're throwing. Sometimes. At least it feels like it does. Okay, that's definitely got the height going for it. Sorry, officers, don't mind me. I'm just doing completely legal things. Completely legal. There is nothing to judge me on. That was just... I don't even know why I tried that. That was atrocious. Terrible, even. Yes and no. It doesn't have to exactly be in a corner. It just needs to be in something where the foil ball can't move. Like, so in the corner, it can't move left or right because it's stuck in the corner. But approximately a chute, like a little, what's a good example? Is there a good example somewhere? Okay, we'll just use this as a rough example. So imagine there was a wall, like right here, right against these 2 springs. Right? And the springs are a bit close together. You could do it here, because there's no way for it to go. It can't go left or right or forwards. But yeah, generally it does need to be a corner. Because otherwise the foil ball will move out of the way. I think it might... Yeah, it needs to be trapped somewhat. It might theoretically be possible to instead do... what am I thinking? climb up straight on a flat surface. But to be honest, I think that would be like a TAS thing, because you'd have to be moving the ball and yourself whenever it goes to move. So if the ball wants to move to like roll over to the left a bit, you'd have to move to the left and roll the ball to the right to like counteract any of that while going up. And I just don't think that's realistically something that anyone could really do. Could be mistaken, though. Maybe someone will find a method, but... or this will get patched, I'm not sure. I think some people get it to go really quickly. Like, you climb up way faster. Like, all the ones that I seem to do take forever. So I don't know if that's because they have, like, strength, and that's greatly assisting in, like, how much it pushes you up or something. In theory, you should be able to do it with anything, any object with collision. It's just harder to, you know, this slides. The tinfoil ball has got, as I've complained about all the time, it's got the roughest collision in the world. So I think that's probably one of the main reasons why it does work. Okay. Oh, I actually caught it. Oh, I'm letting go a little too early. Unless I could. I mean, if I could get up. Please, just bounce me in the correct direction. Or not. That's gonna be a little awkward, yep. I noticed. Awkward indeed. Move back, go forwards. I am getting better at it, but I'm still not good. Marbles. Marvelous. Wonder if we'll see marbles at some point. Doesn't seem to go higher, but... nah, okay, I'm definitely not making it. That's not in the cards. So then what else could I do? I want to get into there, I need the blue key. Right there. Get the blue key I need. If I could get up to this spot, I'd probably be fine. But I just don't see that happening. If I could get up on top of there, maybe. Sort of looking, that's a ridge. There's stuff blocking that corner. Random little secret. Let's see. That might do it. Okay, I think this might be it. Annoying, but might be it. So if I corner climb up here, get up there, I might be able to walk across down to there. Maybe. I don't know, it depends on how fast it decides I want to fall. And I'll have the ball so I can help break my fall, you could say. And then from here, you can walk onto that edge, and you should be able to throw the ball up to there, and maybe do something. Ah, son of a bitch. Didn't grab it in time. At least this setup's way faster than whatever I was doing before. I just need to not have to abandon ship a little bit earlier. And that will allow... nope. To be honest, climbing up there would probably take forever anyways. If I'm gonna do it, because I want to. I'm playing the game properly. Come on, who are we talking to? Grab, perfect. Move. Thank you, thank you. Sunk your... no, not you. You stay still. No, I'm just holding... I'm just, moving forward and looking up. You can crouch, and I think that might make it faster sometimes, but No, it's just holding the ball, moving forward, lifting up. And if you start moving up, it means you're doing it correctly. Sometimes it feels like your ball needs to be in the right spot for it to actually start climbing. It's incredibly finicky. It's not a great trick. It exists. Sometimes you need to look more to the left. Sometimes you need to look more to the right. Sometimes it just doesn't work at all, and it turns out it won't work in that spot. It's very temperamental. Actually, I might. Like, it's just not... It doesn't look like it's going to be working. Because I don't seem to be climbing at all. And there's not really a lot you can do about that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to budge. It seems like, no, we're just gonna not work in that particular spot. Maybe it'll work here. I don't know. Well, that's working. That'll do. So yes, evidently you can use it to catch yourself and go up that way, which is good to know, really. Because that white has a gap underneath, but because I was pulling up at just the right time, it just catches you, and then you're just going straight up. Which is nice. It's a nifty little trick, though I do feel like it's going to be a bit... I wouldn't be surprised if it were to get patched, because it is kind of, you know, very easy to get to places that you're not supposed to be. If it wasn't for, like, the... What do you call it? I can't remember what you call it. But basically, the... You know that stuff you have around, like, the corners of your roof? I can't remember what that's called, but, like, that stuff. That's, like, sort of hides the ugliness of, like, the raw corner. I can't remember what that's called, but no, not gutters. They're for the inside. They just go along, like, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. So, I've used it before, but my brain is not quite. Fascia, maybe? Something like that, probably. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm not entirely sure. I know the name, but I just can't recall it at the time. But anyways, because since everything in this game has collision, because of course it does, it's probably that would probably be the only thing stopping you from going to just straight up the corner and out through the roof. Because I don't, unless they changed it, I'm not sure if the roof has collision. I think, you know, once you hit the roof, you just go past it. It doesn't actually have a wall. At least when I climbed up the walls, there was no roof. That might be different now. Maybe after that they added a roof, and after all the, you know, fan flings, they might have added a roof in. But I'm not sure. I haven't really tried to hit up the roof in a while. This is going surprisingly quick. Flashing, you know what? That's the one. Yeah, the flashing of the roof. So that's... I don't know if the roof in this game has that. I don't think it does. And so you might just be able to literally get to the corner of the room, line it up, and just go straight up. And I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing that they're going to want to try and stop. And then also, who knows what other items they're going to add that's going to have collision that's going to let you do this. This one currently does, and I think a couple of the other items would probably also work. The square die might, because of how it's shaped. I know the triangle die doesn't, because its collision is atrocious. It gets caught on everything. It is terrible. But the square die, on the other hand, might nicely sit into a corner and just kind of slide upwards, which would be far safer than the ball. I haven't really messed around with the D6 though, because, well, you know, it's annoying. You have to get it out every time you want to use it. It'd be, maybe. I think the problem with the SIM card is, like, it doesn't have any collision, so you'd have to... It can be used at a distance, like, if you throw it at the readers, it'll work. Because they just read, like, a little bit in front of the card and you just go, that. I don't know what that card will be able to do, but maybe. Okay. Nearly. And away we go. No. Sheesh. Takes a little while. That's the sound. You're kidding. Straight into a hole. Well, that's awkward. That was... Okay, that makes me laugh a little bit. Talk about a bit of a waste of time. Because that would have worked. And then we do it again. Because it was that much fun the first time. Oh, no. I'm starting to think the game doesn't want to do this, which sounds crazy. It would not want to do... You know what annoys me? I'm like, how does this not, like, do something? Like, this genuinely has an impact if you're walking on it. Like, when are we finding something that lets us just cause an immense amount of chaos? And it looks like they planned it, because, I don't know, it feels like it. Mostly because when you go straight down, like, they act like there's a floor in front of you, which is weird. Like it's a physics object. For some reason. But it doesn't, I don't know, maybe that'll be useful at some point in the future. Not that, like, I've been able to get any, like, flings. Well, one thing I have noticed about the physics, and it's something I'm not the biggest fan of, obviously, is the fact that, like, you don't actually have any inertia. You have zero inertia. If you're on something that's moving and then you jump, it completely eliminates all of that momentum. What has to happen is you have to be on something that's moving quickly, and then it has to throw you off without you jumping or doing anything like that. And that's, you know, it's only when things throw you off that you actually keep the momentum. Otherwise, it just kills it. Which is, I know why they did it, but it just feels wrong that they did it, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, if you don't get rid of inertia, people are gonna abuse it. Yeah, no, I've noticed it pretty quickly, and then also, but not only that, not only do you not get inertia applied to you typically, but it's also you stick to things. Like if something's moving, rather than it kind of throwing you off properly, you'll just kind of, you'll stick to it until you can't stand on it anymore. So these gears are a perfect example. If you're standing here and you blew it, it would just drag you all the way around until you can't stand on it and then drop you straight down like a sack of bricks. As even when they were going super fast, it would just go whoop Even though that doesn't make any sense, right? Physics-wise, there is nothing keeping your feet on at this point. With all that momentum, you should just go straight off. But instead, what's happening is you stay connected to it all the way down to here until you can't stand on it anymore. And then, obviously, you drop. So you not only... So it's like 2 ways of screwing you over and feeling very strange. Like, it just doesn't feel right for those 2 reasons. At least, that's what I have observed. I'm not saying that's 100% true, but it feels like it. It's why, like, the rotating cylinders are also weird. Yes, down is the only approved direction. If you try to do anything else, it's, you're an enemy of the state. Still don't know why that's, It's not quite high enough, but I think there's a spot over here, maybe? No. I don't think there's much of a way you can get past it with your regular jump. Without, right, at least 1 jump. Yeah, I don't know. My only other my only other idea is getting dash. Because if you get dash, then you can break those and get in that way, and it's really easy. But to get dash is an awful lot of work. A massive pain in the ass. On top of the egg. You know, as funny as that would be, it really, unfortunately, just wouldn't work. Because the problem with that is you know, obviously this is like, literally, this is a capsule collider. It is a literal capsule, and I'm sure the collision is literally just the default capsule collider. It's the perfect shape. It's peak shape, can't go wrong with that. No use here. Shut up. Only if only. Yeah, let's come with me. Will you just go up? Yes, you will. Even if you throw it, it still doesn't push it. Oh shit, that guy kind of having a stroke. I tried the foil. Obviously, we don't have access to that key up there. But see, it looks a little in, but I don't know if that's because of me or if that's because of this. Wait. Wait, wait. Wait, is this... Nah, I must be seeing things. That's not changing. Yeah, that hasn't changed at all. I'm like 95% sure. I forget how small that edge is. Really doesn't. Yeah, it's just my FOV making it look like it's deeper in than what it is. There's not many other objects you can try. But I know there's a few weird physics interactions for a lot of different things that are a bit hard to work with. Like obviously you can just sit this on top and it doesn't do anything. And I understand why it's like that, obviously, because otherwise the player would just push it with stuff. But it also doesn't make a lot of sense, because you'd be like, well, why can't I push it with stuff? I should be able to. There's no reason why that should, there's no reason why that shouldn't work. If you know what I mean. No chance of getting up there. Not that I'm in need of coins. Oh. Well, that's a little awkward, isn't it? Yes. Well, okay, so this, you can just walk up. But why? But down here... Oh, no, heaven forbid. Oh, no, you can walk here. Oh, that's because that's a different... Wait, that's just a different piece of collision. You're like a slightly smaller. Sometimes. What? That's so weird. What the hell? Wait. That's not right. Why is that a thing? That's so strange. So if you come at it from this way, it does not work. You cannot walk up this. It is impossible. But if you head off to the left here, and then, I don't know, you just walk up? How did I do it before? Now I'm confused even further. Okay, you walk into there and then you walk to the right. I'm not that stressed. You know, I'm not that much of a tryhard. Obviously, if that's something you just want to do because that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you. But that's not something I'm too phased about. Also, if you want to get out of town without jump, use the chocolate egg. Because it gives you so much more height. Not really much to do once you leave town without jump. Because obviously you've got... You don't really have many places you can go. And it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but... Well, since you can just respawn it, it's not really much of a problem. Tricky part is just squeezing her up here. Because what you need to do is you need to put the egg here. You need to grab another egg, because you don't have the height to get on top of it, and rolling it up the thing is really hard. And what you need to do, you come do this, grab this, pop this a little bit further. And if I can get it, because it is really hard, you can use this. Ah, so close. But you basically need to ride it until you can get over that lip. Once you get over that lip, it is free real estate. But it is obviously very awkward. And if you're not careful, you'll knock that far, far away. And that is less than ideal. So this yeah, it's a bit awkward, as I'm sure you can imagine. Because you got to do it. You can technically start riding it out here if you really wanted to, and then make a sharp turn and then go up the ramp. But the ramp I find it's generally easier to start on the ramp and not off it. But then you have the disadvantage of, you know, doing this bullshit. Well, it's funny is when there's no pressure, I don't get frustrated on doing monotonous and things that take forever. Right? But it's the one gripe I have with speedrunning is that I only really enjoy speedrunning if there's no real pressure. If there's a timer and then I have to like stop every 5 seconds because I made a mistake and therefore the run's going to be garbage, can't do it. It makes me incredibly fucking piece of shit. It really upsets me, and it's why I don't really do much speedrunning anymore. Because I don't know, when there's the pressure of the clock, all the small mistakes really just start to get on your nerves. Especially when you try for like 2 hours to get like one trick done right. So you actually have a run that you can do. It's very annoying. Whereas this, it's like, I can take forever. I can literally I could do this for 2 hours if I so wished. There's no timer, there's no thing I've got to beat. It's just, I'm doing this because I feel like doing this. Not feel like it, I'm like, damn, oh boy, I really wish I spent, you know, an hour trying to do something stupid. But like, it's, you know, there's no pressure. You do what you want. I'd appreciate it if it stopped clipping on that. Yeah, it's a bit... there's not much you can do to avoid that. Yeah, but that's different. That's a little different. I still get, like, mildly frustrated, but I don't get, like, a good example is I kept messing something up. You know, I kept trying to do a speedrun, and it was just the one trick that's just so hard to get, and then I'd get it, and then I'd mess something else up. And I just got so mad, I literally just snapped my keyboard in half, and then went, fuck you, I'm not doing it. Out of the sheer frustration and anger, and I went, you know what, that's not healthy. We should probably stop doing that so much. And speedrun in a very casual context, because I don't need to be doing stuff like that. Strangely enough, and this is a bit odd, originally the chocolate egg had a different like a different collider. It instead functioned a lot like the cans of oil and stuff like that. There we go. Just like that. Free real estate. Without a jump. Woohoo. Yeah. I don't know, when I start doing stuff like that, I start questioning, like, okay, I think I need to, I've got a problem and I need to, like, you know, take care of that properly. And, you know, the easiest way is stop doing the thing that makes you incredibly mad and you'll be better off. That's the next big grief. So I reckon, unlike before, if I was there and I walked, maybe. But I'd have to be, like, here, walking down. I could land on that, go in there. Somehow fight the little guys. But then you can't. Then you got that lip you gotta get over to get to the dash. So it's a bit awkward. Also, it turns out that egg just simply isn't there until you have the dash. So that's some interesting piece of information. So that's why it was not there. Which is weird though, because I could have sworn it was always there, but I guess not. Shh. Exactly. Well, crouch won't help too much. It doesn't really do much when you think about it. Like, it's mostly good for secrets. I don't... Oh, buddy. I don't look healthy. Oh, yeah, no doubt your stomach hurts. But, yeah. There's not a lot you can do. The slightest little incline becomes a major inconvenience. You can walk up here, though. And you can pull that down. And then you can pick up the dice. Because you don't need strength for dice. And then do whatever the hell you want to do. Spearmint. Probably super mints, to be honest. Super gum. Yeah, okay. I'll let myself out. Opens the window to the airplane. Opens the emergency door. Yeah, I'll see myself out. With that. If you could get on that roof, you'd be set. Because you could just walk into the jump room and you'd be fine. But for now, let's just check out the crouch. Okay, we're gonna grab this, we're gonna grab this. Tragic, let's go. Okay. Up. See daisies. Just go up. I don't know why you're getting caught on things. Perfect. Okay. Really just does not like it. Okay. You know what? That's an idea. It's so crazy. So crazy it just might. That's not the ball. Wait, what happened to the metal ball? Where did I put it? I didn't bring it over here. It must still be over this way. Oh yeah, here she is. Perfect. Just had a thought. There's a lip. I'm not liking my odds. And this wall just is not feeling happy today. So that is interesting. Interesting. It is definitely how to describe it. Let's just, can I get on this? That looks like it's close enough to a wall, I think. Possibly. If I was high, yes. Having a stroke, buddy. Can I use this in any which way? But I can't walk up onto you. That wouldn't help anyone. I wonder. No, it's not. It's not enough. That would be interesting. Can't do anything with this, probably. So I'll put it like that. Nope. really does not like me. Foils. How dare the game have protections in place to stop me from doing things. There we go. Just have to make it work. I wonder if that would work. Exactly. Shh, come Okay, so it really doesn't want to work the same way as the ball was working for me. And now that's okay, we're gonna forget about that one then. Certainly bombed, but that's actually kind of crazy, but close to working somehow. I almost don't believe that, but you gotta be looking square down. That's weird. Well, the issue is that, once again, there's just a lip. There's always got to be a lip. They can't just, like, make things be fine. It's like, no, it's got to have a lip. If it doesn't have a lip, we're wasting time. Like, come on, guys. Does raise some questions. You know what, that might actually work. Oh, that would really help me, but like... Interesting. I know that the spring will take me right here comfortably. It feels like I should be able to make that. Oh, that was just embarrassing. What a mistake. Nah, it doesn't keep enough height. Oh, well, that's a shame. Okay, what can I do here then? It's a little bit too small. That looks good on that. That won't work, that won't work. I can't get on top of the ball, otherwise, you know, we'd be doing pretty alright. Oh. Oh, yeah, right. That's how that works. Oh. Can I bring you back to the land of the living, or do I have to, like, actually put in a lot of effort? Yeah, that sounds terrible. I'm gonna just do it the easy way. Sounds absolutely rubbish. Can't possibly have that. Alright. Why can't you just, like, roll? It's your whole job. No one asked for anything else. Right, okay. No. You sure you don't want to, like, just be nice? Okay, that doesn't help. but maybe it does. Interesting. You back. I got a plan. Man with plan. In saying that, that doesn't mean much. Plan does not mean anything. Yes. Probably. He'll fit. He fits. Probably. I hope. I'll have to go grab it again. I would say it's probably one of my bigger critiques, is it wants so hard to do physics stuff, like stuff with physics, but it also, you know, wants things to be somewhat realistic, but then doesn't want to, like, commit to real physics. Because real physics would make shit incredibly hard to deal with and broken. Especially the latter part. Okay. But okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. You're not gonna go anywhere, probably. That was not what I intended. That's what I wanted to see. Come on. What do you mean? That does give me an idea. Rotate around, yes, okay. You know what, actually I changed my mind. Buddy, please. Buddy. And I'm not liking those odds. Yeah, he just fell. That's okay. She'll be right. What if I just whack you across the head? I just need you to work as like a bit of a ramp, but not the entire ramp. Yeah. Feels like that's actually kind of close from working. Well. It doesn't want to move. Okay, there we go. Because I can't. Why? I didn't even touch you. Do you want to like move over to the left or right or just stay where you are, I guess. I'm not your boss. I don't know how the other thing was working before. Let's go grab the other one back. Bounce. Okay, let's go. Come on, boys, let's bounce. Well, the difference is this guy doesn't really know you're going to do something stupid. The devs are like, you know, they'll take a while, and the NPC can like, you know, help with some things. There we go. Okay. Now I want you over this way, please. There we go. Up, up, up. Okay, I fell down, but I see this working. I just have to get the foil back. And then somehow cause that collision to work properly. Or not work properly. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what the collision's supposed to be doing there. Terrible. I think this was better when the stupid glass wasn't in my way. Okay, take this and rotate it. Just rotate. Really doesn't want to do that, so if we move this back. It's weird. Come on, universe. That's actually the worst thing. Surely this is gonna work. I say that as if it owes me something. Well, I don't really have an option B. That's really the problem. Is that this is the whole option. Unless I can find a funny way to get on top of this and go up that corner. Or I guess I could go up a different funny looking corner. I do not think the likelihood of that working is particularly high, but you know what? What have I got to lose? Hours of my life? Ha ha ha. Who said that was worth anything anyways? That's the tricky part. You want to get it locked in here. That's actually going to be really tricky. I don't know if it'll like to stay on that collision though. Okay, I'm going to have to just do it manually, and that's... Oh boy. Can I, yep, I can do that, okay. Okay. Seems like that might work. I just don't like that it might. Yes, you can be the first person in that chat. It should feel like a privilege. Well, as far as I'm aware, there's like 6 people watching Super World at the moment. So it's not particularly surprising that not a lot of people I don't have any expectations, is I guess the long way of saying, like, my expectation is no one shows up, so it's always like, oh, okay, you know, some people are like bored, I suppose. Here we go. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. So it will go up, but it's going to be incredibly finicky. Do we wanna not do that, please? Thank you. Or not? No, we wanna. universe, please. This will work. About like the likelihood of like making it is not very high with like doing it on a flat surface, because this is a near flat surface with a very, very small yeah, I'm not liking my odds. I'll have a higher chance of climbing up the side there and then falling down and climbing up backwards. And it'd only get me up to there anyways, which might be enough. I suppose there is always that. That's a sufficient looking corner, I guess. Oh, that was working for a second. Nah, it does not want to budge. Does not want to budgie smuggle. You're just not having a good day, are we? I don't even know how I managed to get up in there the first time. What? Like that. Okay. Yeah, who needs it? Who needs it? Sounds like a terrible idea. Absolutely tragic. What? That's not a terrible idea. In fact, I'd probably work? Maybe? Not quite. But it also might. I can see this working. Not there, that'd be terrible. No, you can't get up there. So no, this would be the spot. And then we go grab ourselves. Yeah, I have seen that egg over there, mate. I appreciate your Okay, so it does go straight over. That's what I want to see. That doesn't mean this is going to work the way I want it to, but hey. That was almost flawless. Because when I have an idea, it's a good one. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, let's not... Okay, that was not my fault. It bounced me. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Move, 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 move. This'll work. I know this'll work. I feel it in my bones. Just need to go a little bit more around to the right and then left. Not slide off it to the right. Or it could not. Tragic. Terrible. Flatten out, you useless pill. No. Or it's made out of the same wood material that doesn't like being climbed. I mean, it could go either way, but I'm thinking that the odds aren't too outside of my favor. If the stupid pill could just have actual weight distribution, that'd be nice. Ah, a Bitcoin bot this whole time. Ruined. Whatever am I going to do? I mean, obviously click the link because it's free Bitcoin. And that stuff's worth a fortune now. I mean, come on. You know, even if it's fake, I mean, can you really afford to not take that chance? Now, full disclaimer to anyone that doesn't have a fully formed brain. No, do not do that. I would like to believe that I have a bunch of adults. I say bunch, that, you know, 4 people is not bunch. But you know what I mean, you get the point. Actually, that might have been close to just using the damn thing by himself. And then it rotates itself around, and then it doesn't like sitting still. Oh, don't follow them. Yeah, to all the literal infants, because as we know, you know, you want your, no, no, I shouldn't. No, I'm not doing that. There's a line, and I don't know if I want to cross that. Oh, that was just awkward. Why can't you just, like, work? That'd be nice. Baby's first live stream. Yeah, you know, you gotta get them on the intellectual stuff right out of the womb. You know, some mumbo jumbo parents guide said, like, as they said in The Incredibles, Beethoven makes babies smarter, but it turns out live streams are just 10 times more effective. Not my fault. I didn't make the rules. I just follow them sometimes. Just stay. I got it like once, and now this is the hardest thing in the world. Okay, could you just not? It was super close. What do you, oh, you decided you want to go hands-free. I see. Well, I mean, I don't know where you personally reside, but you know, if it's not where I'm from, it's probably, you know, no, I can't just do that. That wouldn't it be nice? It would be. It would be too nice, really. That's why we can't have nice things. Maybe this corner would. I beg your pardon. Ah, yes. This corner. Yes, I've definitely sequence broke with that corner. Tragic, really. I can't believe I've done that, you know. I suppose I could get up one. Really, that's too steep. But they might want to refine the you've gone the wrong way alarm a little bit more. That's weird. So why is the head unable to, you can't walk up, but the neck, I say head, that I'm not sure if that's the exact term for a spanner, but still. Maybe there's another way. Probably not. Get on that, but it doesn't want to climb. You can go through here. If someone determined that like you can climb out one of these windows. I think it was this one. But I don't know if that was patched. I try to keep up with the patch notes, but some things are just get lost in the wind. That laugh is just a sign that I really need to get some stuff done. I shouldn't be leaving it. Or you could just like... It's actually scary how effective this ball can be. Yeah, all these are double windows, except for that. I can't get on top of that. Of course I can't. Let's put that in there. Goodbye. See, that's weird. You push into it, and it does work. You hit it on the side, it kind of works. It's weird. Oh wait, that's actually a brilliant idea. Glad I came up with it. Okay. You're kidding. That's a respawn point in every other scenario, but not this one? That's the respawn point at the beginning of the game, but it said no. That will not work. Well, they won't work to like if I hold this against it and I try and press it, it doesn't do anything. But if it rolls up against it outwards, it'll turn on. But if I whack it, it sometimes works. But generally if it's working, it's because it's rolled and you've just rolled it back towards the other way. And I'm not sure why it does this. So if you throw it on the side, it'll do it. Throw it on the front, well, it's not doing anything. It's just bouncing off. But it shouldn't be. It should be working. So it's a bit weird. Now, if I roll this up, it'll turn it off. If I roll it down, nothing. It's got to be upwards, and it's all very, very strange. There doesn't seem to be anything I can do to get up the way that I want to. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Oh, right, so of course doors don't work once you've used them once, because they're doors. How dare you assume that you could use them more than once? Yeah, I'm just keeping it in mind. You never know when something like that's going to be useful. I do not think I'm getting up. But yeah, those guys are spawned in and they really shouldn't have, so that's... I do think that's funny. Might point that out at some point. I'm not sure. Address is still correct. Okay, that hasn't changed. Obviously, you can't get past this. It's like... There is an invisible wall. Does raise an interesting question. No. I better get up onto that. No, that doesn't seem to do anything. Does not like it. Wait a second. I hadn't thought of that, I guess. That's a bit weird. But yeah, there's a legitimate invisible wall right here. Yeah, no. Unless there's like a hole in this wall here, there is no hope. I can't believe they've done this. Immersion ruined. How am I supposed to do anything? Okay. Actually, I want to change this.